Our artisans, they need to do 4 years of training to be able to manufacture a Kelly bag. This that you've just seen, the perlage, you need to be very skilled and very, very good.
Some of Hermès products are made in China. Towels are from Fuyue in Shandong. They also make products for Chanel and IKEA. Beddings are from Yue in Shandong. Men's shoes are from Shachi in Shandong. Tableware are from Gaochun in Jiangsu.
It was my first time shopping at Hermès, and let me tell you how it went.
We got a lot of requests, do Hermès next. And that's why we're here in the Highland Park Mall.
Made in Italy, made in China, or maybe made in Chile. Oh yeah, that should be a thing, by the way, because some brands get real creative when it comes to make.
Y'all, Hermes is in full-on crisis mode. The luxury titan is reportedly taking legal action against the Chinese manufacturers who just spilled their billion-dollar secret, and it's rocking the fashion industry to its core. These factories aren't just churning out fakes, they're claiming they're the ones crafting the actual bags, the same Birkins and Kellys that sell for $20,000 and up. Now, they're exposing the truth behind those Made in France labels. And let's just say it's not what you'd expect. From shady production tactics to insider leaks and viral TikToks, this scandal is tearing down the luxury facade, and Hermes is racing to contain the fallout. But the cat's out of the bag, and the damage is done. Let's dive into the mess, y'all. First, let's unpack the deception that kicked this all off. For years, Hermes has sold the image of bags meticulously handcrafted by French artisans in Parisian ateliers. You imagine a skilled craftsman in a pristine workshop, lovingly stitching leather under soft lighting with classical music in the background, right? Nope, think again.
Put the finishing touches on a Kelly, the most difficult bag to build. It starts with 30 distinct cuts of leather and can take 20 hours to complete, 4 hours for just the handle. There are no manuals or cheat sheets. Artisans rely on their training and muscle memory to make every bag.
Insiders and receipts from Tanner Leatherstein are dropping bombshells, claiming that up to 80% of these so-called French luxury bags aren't crafted in France at all. They're made in China. We're not talking just assembly. This is the full deal leatherwork, stitching, thread, cutting, all handled overseas. Then, Hermes swoops in, slaps on a button or a stamp in France, and poof, it's magically made in France. That's the sleight of hand. So when Chinese factories started spilling the tea and backing it up with evidence, Hermes went into a tailspin, reportedly hitting back with lawsuits to shut it down.
So Hermes has put out a response to China, and they have like a video in a factory sort of showing people trying to show that they're actually the ones who are making the bags in a factory somewhere in France.
Enter Tanner Leatherstein, the luxury industry's ultimate truth teller. He's not just some TikTok random. He's a leather expert with a massive following, famous for snapping up high-end designer bags and slicing them open on camera to reveal what's really inside. Leatherstein was the first to call out Chanel for swapping real gold hardware for cheap plastic-coated leather. He's taken on Louis Vuitton, Bottega Veneta, and, naturally, Hermes, showing that the leather in these bags often isn't any better than what you'd find in a $100 knockoff. Most shockingly, he revealed that the cost to produce a Hermes Birkin bag is around $600. Not $14,000, not $38,000, but $600, covering quality leather and metal hardware.
I've spent over $100,000 of my own money dissecting luxury bags, cutting them open, analyzing every stitch, every layer. Why? Because I had to know what made those bags so expensive.
Picture this. Consumers everywhere are glued to their screens, watching this drama explode as viral TikTok videos rip the veil off the luxury world. The truth is out, and the game is over. Chinese manufacturers aren't just crafting knockoffs. They're claiming they've been making the actual Hermes bags all along, blowing the whistle on a massive secret. They say 80% of the leatherwork, stitching, everything happens in their factories in China, with Hermes merely adding a final touch or logo in France to slap on that Made in France label. The brand's been banking on the allure of French luxury while allegedly hiding the real labor behind the scenes. And now, the public's waking up to the scam, furious at how Hermes profits off the myth.
Almost finished bags from China factories, back to their own factories, and just do the repackaging and logo installing something.
So what does Hermes do? Do they take responsibility or offer an apology? Of course not. Instead, they double down with lawsuits. Hermes is taking legal action against several Chinese factories, accusing them of intellectual property violations and defamation. In other words, they're saying, how dare you expose that our bags aren't actually made in France? Here's the twist. These same Chinese factories had official contracts with luxury brands. They were manufacturing bags legally. But now that they've spoken out, Hermes is pretending they've never heard of them, like these factories just appeared out of nowhere. Let's break it down. Hermes pulled in $15.2 billion in revenue in 2024. That's millions of bags sold. If crafting a single Birkin takes 2 days, where is this invisible team of French artisans supposedly hand-making each one? The math isn't matching. It's starting to look shady. And Hermes isn't the only one playing this game. Brands like Prada, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton do the same. They'll produce 98% of a product in China, then add a button or zipper in Italy, just so they can legally claim it's made in Italy. It's all a branding strategy, a clever illusion. And consumers keep buying into it because of the prestige tied to European labels.
Like that.
Chinese supplier behind product. Bags are from Siton Handbag in Dongguan City, Guangdong Province. It's a factory specializing in handbags for 54 years. And it produces 80% of the world luxury bags.
More people uncover the truth, resale values are starting to decline. Shoppers are waking up to the reality that they've been dropping $25,000 on a bag made in the same facility as a $400 lookalike. Now, insiders are revealing that bags advertised as being crafted from premium calfskin are actually made with cheap plastic-coated leather. It's rattling collectors and frustrating buyers, because if Hermes isn't truly about exceptional quality or skilled craftsmanship, then what exactly are customers paying for? The brand fantasy. Here's the hard truth. Western luxury brands have long sold the idea that made in China means low quality, but that mindset is outdated. Modern Chinese factories produce top-tier leather goods. They've got the materials, the expertise, and the advanced machinery. In fact, a lot of luxury and mid-range brands and even counterfeit producers use the exact same factories. The only real difference? The label slapped on at the end. So when someone says a bag is made in China, it doesn't mean it's inferior. It might actually be better than one made in Europe. There are countless reports of people getting so-called factory extras bags without logos that are identical to the $1,000 versions. One creator even said she scored Ugg boots from the same production line as the originals for just $5. The only difference? The branding.